Good morning. My name is Jason Hollinger. I'm the preaching and community minister for Lufkin Central. And for Jesus and Coffee this morning, I've been preparing, just kind of working on a series on Sunday mornings titled Get Around to It. And it's a series on discipleship and thinking about what's kind of trying to bring us to this idea of who we are supposed to be, the things that we are supposed to do as God's church, as disciples, everything around this idea that it's both a call to live and a call to die, and seeing the big picture in that. And for the next couple of weeks, I'm going to be talking about this idea of what is the mission of the church. What is the mission of disciples? I've been a fan of kind of the Mission Impossible movies, and this is your mission should you choose to accept it. And we think about this, that yes, this is our mission, or that we have a mission as a church, and it's up to us to accept it or not. The church, individually as individual disciples, and collectively as disciples. And so as I was thinking about this, I want to take us this morning to Isaiah chapter 58. We looked at chapter 50 a few days back, and today I want to look at Isaiah chapter 58. And it's very interesting, just how many times you see this correlation, this connection between the Old Testament and the New Testament. When it's interesting when you just really kind of you piece things together and you look at them. And I was thinking about this because I had this discussion with a fellow minister friend of mine. And so listen to this first from Isaiah chapter 58, starting in verse 13. If you turn your back if you turn back your foot from the Sabbath, from doing your pleasure on my holy day, and call the Sabbath a delight and the holy day of the Lord honorable, if you honor it, not giving your own pleasure or talking idly, then you shall take delight in the Lord, and I will make you ride on the heights of the earth. And I will feed you with the heritage of Jacob your father, for the mouth of the Lord has spoken. And when we think about this idea, obviously, what does it bring out? The Sabbath. And how many times did Jesus do work on the Sabbath? How many times well, let's actually correct that. How many times did Jesus live out his calling on the Sabbath? We may call it work. We may call it, hey, he was just doing his job. He was just doing what he came to do. Well, Jesus didn't look at it as a job, right? Jesus looked at it as living out his calling. And so whether it's in Luke 14 when he's healing the man with dropsy on the Sabbath, or whatever else it may be, these occasions on many occasions where Jesus performed miracles, performed healings on the Sabbath. And ultimately, what we take again from Isaiah chapter 58, again, let's go back and look at this. If you honor it, not giving your own ways or seeking your own pleasure or talking idly, then you shall take delight in the Lord, and I will make you ride on the heights of the earth, and I will feed you with the heritage of Jacob your father. In other words, when you do what honors God, doesn't matter what day of the week, doesn't matter what's going on, we are to exist as those who honor God in every way, on every day. Because just as in Luke chapter 14, when he healed the man with dropsy, right, says that man was suffering. We were not created to suffer. Yeah, we're going to suffer. But we were not created to stick and stay in that suffering. It's when we experience the sufferings of these life, we take them to him. We take them to the Father. As the song says, we run to the Father. We run to the Father. So here's your challenge today. No matter what you're going through, No matter what you are experiencing, God can provide healing for you, whether it's the physical or whether it's the spiritual or it's a little bit of both. God can provide healing. And what he says is that we are to be disciples who are about fulfilling God's will, not our will, not our pleasure, but we are to do what pleases him. And we're not restrained by certain days of the week. And that's not just something that takes place on certain days of the week. That's not something that just takes place on a Sunday, on a Wednesday night. Maybe you do a midweek service on a Wednesday night. And it doesn't take place if, say, you have a Bible study group that meets on any other day of the week. That's not the only time that we are to do what pleases God. We are to do what pleases God every day of the week, every step we take, every breath we breathe in this life should be about fulfilling God's will, God's pleasure. So there's your challenge today. Find a way to fulfill God's purpose, God's will, his good, pleasing, and perfect will. No matter. Y'all have a great day, and hey, join us Sunday morning starting at 9:30. Y'all have a good one. God bless.